and Negroni.
I was going to say the same thing.
Magliato. With Prosecco in it.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah.
You choked on popcorn, yes, and then...
Sorry.
I don't think Jesus turned water into Prosecco. I've always said that. I've always said that.
Clap, 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 clap. I'll insert that in post. Clap, 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 clap. Okay.
Editor, put that in there.
Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Yaptown. That's what it's called, right?
Yaptown, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to zoom in so I can see it from like back here.
Yeah, I
I really don't like that I can hear myself.
Why wouldn't
Am
it
I
zoom?
on camera?
Zoom!
Is yours do the 30-minute thing or no? Because it's Canon.
Yeah, it does the 30-minute thing, so we'll have to get up there for sure.
So we'll just look for the little red light.
Yeah.
Hi, peoples. It's so weird, like, not talking to a screen.
I know, right? It's so weird hearing
Like,
you
now I'm
and
like,
like
what
not
do I
hearing you
say?
in the headphones. I'm just like, what is going on here? This
I'm
feels
like,
so wrong.
Puke.
Are we going to
tall
talk about how this
bitch.
came to be, or do we want to talk about, like, start how we normally start? Did you smell something?
No, I can just, like, really hear my, like...
I was like, she said, I just pooped. Maybe that smell was leaking
You're like, I
into here.
farted. No, why don't we tell them, like, why you're here again?
Why am I here? I don't know. Why am I here?
Because the military made you.
I'm taking this pillow. This is
You
my
can
pillow.
have it. I'll take the banana.
The banana.
Look at Doc. He's like, give me that toy.
Okay, so I'm so tired.
Same.
So I'm here because I'm on a course for my job, but the course isn't even on, like, you know, here on Fort Meade, like, you know, most of the courses for our jobs are. It's at some hotel in Virginia. So it's an hour away.
It's in Virginia?
Yeah, it's in Virginia.
I thought you were in D.C.
It's like right outside DC, but it's Virginia.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's Virginia.
Well,
So I'm at a course in Virginia. We got the weekend off. And so I drove what should have only been an hour, but because of traffic, it was horrendous. It was like, what, 2 hours? Over 2 hours?
2.5, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the half part of that was me stopping at Taco Bell to get some food.
Do you want to tell them about your bathroom fiasco? Wait, was that?
Oh, you talking about on the drive here?
Yeah.
So on the drive here from the hotel to come stay here for the weekend, I really, really had to pee. And so I said, okay, Google, don't actually listen to me say that. My phone might go off.
Everyone listening? Their
Take
phones?
me to the nearest gas station. I said, okay, taking you to this gas station. I said, dope, I can go use the bathroom, right? So I pull into this gas station. It's some rinky-dink little gas station that's just pumps and then, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's a super small inside with no bathroom.
Just chips, probably.
Just like chips, small snacks, maybe a couple drink options. And so I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? I have to pee bad. And so I pulled around to the back to where their dumpsters were, parked my truck, found an old styrofoam cup that I had, and peed in the cup. And then I thought I was done. Like, I finished, put everything away, and was ready to move on. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm not done yet. And so I did it again, same spot, and then dumped it all out and drove the rest of the way here.
And you still weren't done. You still had to pee.
Yeah, I still had to pee when I got here, yeah.
Do they know that you're driving a truck?
I don't know. I got a rental car, and the guy was like, do you want a truck? And I was like, is it going to cost me more? He goes, no. I said, okay, I'll take it. He's like, all right, your vehicle is in stall B10. So I walk outside.
He's a real one.
I checked that number 5 times before I got in the truck. I was like, that says B10. There's no way. No, that says B10. And it's like this brand new giant Ford F-150. Giant screen, 4 doors, 4-wheel drive. Gets me anywhere I need to go.
Nice.
So I've been driving that around, struggling to park it in parking lots.
No, it's been fine. It's been fine. Like a glove.
So
This weekend has felt really long.
It has, but I'm glad because I needed a break.
Yeah, me
I
too.
really did. Like between work and everything, and then coming here, and then work still trying to contact me, I'm just like, I need breather, and this was the perfect breather.
Yeah. So what have we done? We
Shopped till we dropped. Like
we
quite
watched
literally.
Twisters,
Oh, we did watch Twisters.
the newer one.
What'd you think?
It was very good.
Was it?
I liked it more than I thought I would. I was like, there's no way. Like, this is going to be like a Sharknado. Like a silly little, like,
Yeah.
meh. It was so good. The story was good. I liked it, like, more than I thought I would.
And you know what's crazy? We're going to talk about that. So we went shopping till we dropped the next day, right? And we were in, what was it, Barnes & Noble? And there's this movie. Audience, forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, called Minari. And it's about this Korean family who immigrates to America, and they like start a farm in Arkansas, which is where I'm from. I'm from Arkansas. But it's directed by the same guy who directed Twisters, and it's also like loosely based on his childhood and his life. But in the book, it has like pictures from his childhood and like things he's talking about what the photos mean. Come to find out, for 2 years of his childhood, he lived in my hometown.
Yeah, Seth
My
was like,
small, like, population of, I think, either a little bit over. It's like somewhere in between 1,000 and 2,000 people.
that's so small.
Like a small town.
You didn't tell me that. That's kind of crazy.
And yeah, and he lived
that
there
he's
for
from
2
there.
years.
That's crazy.
And so, you know, my dream in life is what?
Your dream in life?
My dream in life. I've talked
to
about
move
this.
back home?
No. I mean, yes, that's part of the dream.
You have a wife and kids?
And besides that, it relates to this story.
Film a tornado movie.
No. Close.
Film a movie.
There we
Direct
go.
a movie?
Be a director, right?
Okay.
And so my thought process was, well, if this guy can make it out of my
Oh,
hometown
yeah.
to be a director,
I remember.
then what is stopping me?
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
We haven't done anything. We just spent all of our energy yesterday, I think.
I was so tired yesterday.
Because we shopped till we dropped.
We were dropping.
Yeah, we were.
In the
I was
store.
like, dragging my legs. I was like, I don't want to move anymore.
We walked into the store. We're like,
We got to our last store that we had to go to, and I squatted down to look at some sodas and was like,
You couldn't get back up.
I'm not getting back up. I'm done. And then after we got done shopping, we relaxed for like maybe 45 minutes. And then we left to go do Italian night at Joey's. And we stayed there till like 12:15, didn't get home until 12:45-ish. No, we stayed there till like 12:30.
yeah. Because we didn't get in bed. I don't think we fell asleep till like 1.
Yeah, I was past 1 when I fell asleep.
Oh my God.
And then I didn't wake up until 11.
I was up at like 8 or 9.
Yeah, not me.
My body's just like, hello, world. But then my eyes are like, ugh.
Yeah. So we just been doing
We've been
shit.
going. Hello.
So
We're doing this. We should have done this. What did we do Friday?
we ate dinner and watched Twisters.
Oh, we should have recorded. Oh, but you didn't get into it kind of later.
Yeah. Because we were gonna go to Slim Chickens, which
Oh yeah, it's so good. I had.
I mean, we talked. You had it before.
Yeah, but I had something else this time, and I had it hot, fresh in the building.
In the building. And guess what was right across the street from it?
Canes.
Raising Canes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Also, speaking of Slim Chickens, we got our story reshared on their story.
Yeah, I'm not on social media, but
I am.
I'm famous.
We're basically famous.
Yeah, so if you're watching this and you came from the Slim Chickens Instagram, hey, it's us.
We love Slim Chickens.
We stan.
I sent that to them. I told them that last time I mentioned them in a story.
You told
For
them?
the poll, I was like, we stand Slim Chickens.
Were they like, thank you?
They didn't say anything.
Our hearts go out to our #1 fans.
But what else? You want to talk about what we've been watching besides Twisters, obviously? Have you been watching anything? That's mine. That's on the show notes, not yours.
There's like an OJ documentary on Netflix, like a newer one. and I just watched it. It just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know there's like a bunch of them. It's like got a few, but like he did it.
Yeah.
He so did it.
Yeah.
Like I can't watching the trials and all of that. Basically, so much evidence just like wasn't submitted or used in the trial, and that's like the only way he got away. I'm like, so he's not guilty, but I'm like, he did it for sure. Like, I don't get how they.
I'm so tired.
He so did it. I'm like, bro, what? And then he went to prison for what? Oh, he was trying to steal his own stuff from like a hotel.
Yeah, I don't know that too much about it.
And he died from butt cancer.
All I know is that I got a really big wave of
Tiredness.
tired. I just feel like melting into the couch, you know? Like that's what my body feels like it should be doing right now.
I say we record one episode and watch a movie. I'm getting anxiety.
So am I.
I like can't breathe.
My
What
legs
else
are
have I
like
been
jello
watching?
right now.
I've restarted Rick and Morty. That's it.
I'm gonna start shaking soon. I'm not gonna lie to you.
How long have we been recording?
Not long.
We have like 10 more minutes.
No, we have a lot more than that.
Oh my god, what does it say? Wait.
We haven't even made it to 30 yet because the screen hasn't gone off up there.
13 minutes. And like the first 5,
Was
I was
like
getting my
setup.
headphones.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's all I've been watching, really. What about you?
I've been watching this show called called The Pit.
What's wrong with this mic?
It's making my voice sound all high pitched all of a sudden. It's a medical drama on HBO Max.
Sorry. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Docky.
Did you order something?
No, did you hear a knock?
No.
Should we order something? Hey. Come here. You guys want to
I
my
just realized
door?
like this is what I'm feeling right now is the Sunday scaries.
Oh, I don't have to work tomorrow. Ducky, come here. Come here. Come here. Look, here he is.
Okay, so
Barker.
the show The Pit, right? It's a medical drama. And essentially it's going to be 15 episodes in season 1. Each episode is 1 hour of a 15-hour shift at a ER. Mm-hmm. And so it plays out in like real time. I don't understand.
Cool. I can hear him go.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been watching, I'll be honest with you.
We suck.
Yeah, it's
I
been
feel like
pretty
I've-
boring. Like I'd get done with the course and then go to my room, order food, and just like
Die.
not move. Because they're like it's like a waterfall of information. Like I'm drowning in this course. But like there's not like tests or anything. It's just like, here's how to do your job. Like, because this is something that you've never done before. And I'm just like, yes, okay.
Help me.
And then they're contacting me for stuff from back at Seattle. And I'm just like, I can't compute.
It is too much. I feel like I watched something else. I don't know what it is. It must not have been good.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, I feel like I watched a movie.
Do we want to talk about the plane ride? I feel like we should get that out of the way. Mm-hmm. So on my plane ride here, right? My plane ride to Virginia. It was a direct flight, no layovers. It was all starting out great, right? I get to the airport early, head to the Amex lounge, get a free breakfast, just chillaxing, having a great time. Get on the plane, which is my seat. I chose this seat because it's right next to the bathrooms, and it's an aisle seat. Is the very, very back row, right? Which could be an indicator of what I'm about, something in the story. So I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for the other people that are in my row to obviously get back there so I can let them in because I'm on the aisle seat. This nice little lady comes in. She sits at the window seat, and I'm like, oh, she seems nice. Next thing I know, this just tall, like he looks like he's like 6'5", tall guy, and he comes back. He's like, that's my seat. I was like, are you kidding me? He sits down and he starts spreading, right?
Not the man spread.
And he's just like taking up all this space, and the entire flight. I'm sitting here like this.
Slender man.
Leaning out of the row so I'm not like touching him or like getting close to him.
I hate when people do that. Like, how are you comfortable just like being on me? Like,
Right?
if I'm in the middle seat, I'm like, I'm trying to be like.
And I may have
Nice.
pissed him off. I'm not going to lie to you.
Why?
Well, because he had his phone out.
And you were looking?
And my ADHD got the best of me. And I was just like
I would have been too. I would have been like, "Ugh."
reading his messages. And then he would like look over at me and be like, it's a nice bathroom over there.
Oh my God.
Multiple times. Yeah. And so like, he got up for a while, like for like an hour or so just to stand up and, you know, stretch his legs because he said he had like some back problem or something.
He stood for an hour?
Yeah.
He just stood up for an hour.
Yeah.
And normally they're like, if you're not going to the bathroom, like you need to be in
Well,
your seat.
he had like a back problem, and so he couldn't sit for very long, and that's why. And he told them that, and they're like, okay, that's fine. But yeah. So like the flight's going. I'm watching the pit, catching up to the most recent episode and everything. And then I get my first drink and my Biscoff cookies. Eat the cookies. Drink my little ginger ale. Go back to watching my show. And then they come back again towards the end of the flight with a second drink and then pretzels, which the flight to Hawaii, they had like these nice little like flavored pretzels that were so good.
Is this Southwest?
No, this was Alaska.
Southwest has.
But the pretzels were so good.
Wait, were they like little twists?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
I
side note.
have a picture.
Side
of
note.
them.
I was like, those are so good. I was so obsessed with them. I'm at work the other day, and this guy's like, oh, look at these pretzels I just bought. And I look, and he's like, yeah, they're from an airline. I'm like, those are the pretzels. And he bought like a bunch of bags in the different flavors and brought them into work, and we ate them.
I need
So
some.
like, it's so crazy that like,
Give me that link.
I don't remember.
But yeah, so the pretzels,
Yeah.
the pretzels on the way here, they were just regular pretzels, and it
Okay,
was so
okay.
upsetting. But when she gave me my drink, she was like, she like squatted down, or like leaned down and like talked to me. She's like, "How old are you?" Because like I had been like, you know, talking back and forth with her during the flight, and you know, like being super friendly. Because the whole crew was beyond amazing. And she's like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm 23." Weird question to ask, but
You're like, why?
and she goes, do you drink? And I was like, yeah.
You're like, I party.
She's like, do you want some alcohol? And I was like, sure, thinking she was going to offer me a beer or something. She's like, you want vodka? You want this? You want that? And I was like,
She's trying to
I was
get
like,
me
how much is
drunk.
this going to cost me? She's like, nothing. It's on me. And I was like,
Dang,
"You
how
got
old was she?
I was like, old enough to be my mom.
You're like, mm-mm.
But she was like, here you go, here's some gin. And she gave me a Sprite to go with it.
Dang.
And so I had like a little gin and Sprite. And I think it was because I swear to God, it was because she saw me like getting like pale or like turning green. Because not even like
She should have offered you water.
they were like, we are now closing the bathrooms to get prepared for our descent down. And I was like, okay, fine. And then all of a sudden, like, I've noticed that on flights I get nauseous. So like, I think it's motion sickness because the same thing happens to me if I'm sitting in the backseat of a car for longer than an hour.
Yeah.
I'll start to get nauseous.
I've never heard anyone get sick on a plane. Like, I guess that makes sense. That's why there's barf bags. But I've
Yeah.
never seen someone.
Well, like, I've always been able to handle it. Like, I just get nauseous and I'll stand up, go to the bathroom, and be fine. But like, and that had happened once already in the flight where I got nauseous, stood up, went to the bathroom, felt a little bit better, sat back down. But at the end, I was like, this is going to happen. Like, I'm going to throw up. And so I grabbed the barf bag, lean over into the aisle, like fully prepared. Because like the bathrooms are locked. I can't go in there right now. And I just open up the barf bag and just go to town, start vomiting.
I can't believe you did that on a plane.
And on about the third heave, the flight attendant unlocks the bathroom and says, here, go in there, and hands me a ginger ale. So I got 3 free drinks on this flight. 3 drinks and a free gin.
I can't believe they lock the bathroom doors. I've been on flights where people get up to go to the bathroom like right before we freaking
Yeah, I've
land.
never seen it either. Like, so she was like locking them as we were about to take off. And I was watching her because I was like, I wonder how they do that. And she like flipped up the little piece of metal that says lavatory and like flipped something. And she like looked back at me and she goes, I saw you watching me. You better not try to sneak in those bathrooms. And I was like, no. I'm just curious.
Oh my god.
She was just joking around with me.
Bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
But she sent me into the bathroom so I could finish puking. And I finished puking in there, threw away the barf bag, and was like trying to like use the ginger ale to like rinse out my mouth.
The guy next to you, what was he doing? Was he like, ew?
I don't know. He had a mask on anyway, so he was like, I'm fine.
He's like, I knew this guy was gonna throw up. He looks like it.
But so yeah.
What about the person across?
There was no one. What do you mean across from me? There's no one across from me. Like it's me, and then right next to my left is the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've been on a plane like that. Normally it's like row and then back is like.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Because I chose the very, very back row.
Did anyone look at you?
No one looked at me. No, but
You
they
were
did.
like-
They did look later. So like after I'm done, and I come back, and there's a trash bag sitting in my seat waiting for me.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh, okay, so they're expecting more. But nothing happened. I was fine. As soon as I threw up, I was fine.
Do you think that lady was like, oh my god, a lightweight? Like I gave him a ginger ale or a.
No, because they were asking me, like, I was like, it's just motion sickness. And I'm telling you, I think she gave me the gin because
What
she
if-
thought
what
she
if
could see it on my face.
She thought like you threw up because you had that gin.
No, she wouldn't. She didn't.
She would never.
She,
Not mean Monica.
She probably would have said something, to be honest with you, like with how friendly the staff
You
was.
should have been like, I'm so allergic to gin. She'd be like, what the heck? Because you asked for it, right?
I did.
She'd be like, what the fuck? Why'd you ask for it?
But yeah, so like that all happened, and then I sit back down, and we're starting to descend, and all of a sudden this lady stands up, and next thing I know, she's on the ground, and they're dragging her to the back of the plane.
Not dragging.
And I was like, what is going on here? And apparently she had passed out. And so they took her to the back of the plane, like tried to talk to her, and she was speaking some foreign language that no one understood. Turns out it was Russian. But they did it over the intercom, like after they got to their back, like if there's anyone who is medically qualified, please go to the back to see if you can assist.
What? That's never happened when
And,
I've been
like,
on a plane.
6 people like started rushing the back. I'm like, okay, we just needed one. You're
Someone's
crowding
like-
my space now.
They're like, if there's a doctor on the plane, a dentist stands up, they're like, never mind, we don't need anybody.
Yeah.
You're not a doctor.
But they found someone who could translate the Russian.
Okay.
So they're able to figure some things out. And then we land and like, all right, everybody stay in your seats. We're going to have medics come on board real quick. And then once they're gone, we'll deplane. And so they come on board and this lady's like, no, I don't want any help. Go away. Like, because I think it's because she thought that she was going to get charged, but she only gets charged if she gets in the ambulance. Like getting checked on, like that doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, and like they can help you off the plane, get you
Yeah.
off first. Like that's, yeah.
Like I would be like, yeah, what just happened to
You're
me?
like, oh, let me get off.
I'm sure those flight attendants were like, what is this flight? Like towards the, because like everything was fine
Like
until
you're
we
throwing
started
out,
descending.
ladies passing out. Like they're like, oh my god.
So yeah, that was the plane ride here. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Speaking of planes, you know what thought I had that's actually really sad? I blame anxiety, but so you know the plane crash in DC?
Yeah.
We talked about it last episode. I was thinking, because they were so close to landing, like seconds from like touching down. And I'm like, just think there were probably people at the airport waiting to pick them up already. Like already there waiting. Because like, you know, it was probably like 30 minutes by the time they land and get off. So people are there waiting. And I just like had the thought, like how terrible. Because like, I think we've all been to the airport and waiting on someone.
Yeah.
You wait around for a bit and you're like, okay, they just landed. Now they're getting off. And just imagine, I don't know why I had this thought, but I'm like imagining those people just being like, they never like made it. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm just having to leave like with no one. I don't know. It's just a weird thought. I just feel like I didn't hear anyone talking about it. And like good old anxiety is like, think about the people that were there that didn't get to pick anyone up. I
And think about the people who were leaving or who were about to get on that plane that just that crashed.
Yeah. They're like, your flight's delayed for we don't know how long because your plane is gone.
There's no plane. There's no plane for you to get
no
on. I'd be
plane.
like, whatever trip I was about to go on, I'd be like, it's not worth it
It's not
anymore.
meant to
I'm
be.
going home and I'm just going to sleep for this
Plane
week.
go bye-bye. But yeah, I just thought I just remembered that thought that I had. And no better place to talk about it than here.
Oh, wasn't there was a delay too for something?
Getting off, right?
No, a delay when we took off. Like we got onto the plane and then they delayed us for something.
Ugh, it's the worst when you get on a plane. You're
And we
like, all
sat
right.
on the plane for like an hour
I
waiting to
hate
take
that.
off.
I hate when that happens.
And they're like, okay, we finally have a spot on the, what's it called? The tarmac? Yeah. We have a spot to take off from, but we have to de-ice first, and that's going to take like another 15 to 30 minutes. because it was getting so cold. Like, it had just started snowing when I got there. So, all right, so I don't know where we started, so we're going to start back at the beginning. Well,
No. I think it just turned off.
Okay.
Like, within, like, not maybe 60 seconds.
So yeah, there were a bunch of arguments on the flight beforehand, and once I got that situated, then we were delayed. And
yeah, and we were saying how we would get up to move, like, if a family could be together. But, like, if I'm with someone and I'm, like, I purposely, let's say I checked in just, like, right at 24 hours so that I could get 2 seats together. Or let's say I paid extra to get, like, 2 seats together, 3 seats together, whatever, with someone. And a family's like, oh, can you, like, move or whatever?
Yeah.
I would kind of just be like, no, because, like, I made sure to get my seats together. You should have done the same, like, in the nicest way possible. But it's like, you know.
Yeah.
It happens, though. It's like, oh, I fell asleep. My alarm didn't go off. That's fine. Like, maybe just
plan better.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad. But I'm like, if I'm by myself, it's like, and as long as you're not switching me for a middle seat, sure.
Yeah. Also, things we've been watching, I completely forgot to mention. The other night, I was, like, trying to go to sleep, and I couldn't. So I was like, let me put on a movie.
Sorry, I'm having anxiety. I can't breathe.
It's fine. I get it. So I put on Saltburn to go to sleep, as one does, right? And I woke up during the part where they go to his parents' house, like, and he finds out that Barry Keoghan's character's been lying about everything. And I was thinking, and I was like half asleep, but I was thinking, like, how did his parents not know about his behavior at this point? Like, if
I had that thought too when I first watched it.
Yeah, if he's being made out to be like this manipulative, like, psychotic person, his parents would have picked up on that a long time ago.
For sure.
And so, like, they shouldn't have been surprised when they found out that, like, he was hiding them from, like, because they treated him like he was, like, the perfect child and everything. I was like, but
parents sometimes have these, like,
rose-colored
blinders
lenses
on where it's like, my kid's the best and they can never do any wrong.
Yeah, but surely, like
they
surely
probably
he was
were
doing that
signs, like,
before.
but I feel like parents just tend to not. They just think their kid's, like, the best.
Yeah, and they weren't worried, like, because, like, they would call him, and I mean, obviously it could have been off screen that he was just, like, pretending to be all normal and everything to them on the phone, but he would ignore their phone calls. And, like, if I was the parent, I'd be like, what's going on? I have to go visit him now to find out. Yeah. So I just was like, plot hole.
Should we watch Saltburn tonight?
I just watched it. We should watch
I've only watched it once.
I mean, I've seen it like 5 or 6 times. Let's watch the Minari movie.
Midsommar?
Minari.
I don't like feel-good movies.
It's not really a feel-good movie, though.
You literally said it's, like, about them moving.
It's not like a feel-good movie, though.
What is it, boring?
I didn't say it's boring. I said it's a slow burn.
Let me watch the trailer.
Okay. We'll watch the trailer after this.
And it has to sell me on it.
I'm pretty sure I showed you the trailer. Well, okay. So anyway, that was my thoughts on Saltburn. Other fun things that have happened to me. I've been having a lot of nightmares. When did I have those nightmares that are listed there? Was that Thursday night? Yeah, Thursday night. I had these awful, awful, awful nightmares. And, like, I would wake up to, like, try to get myself out of it and go back to sleep, and I was still in the same nightmare.
That just gave me a chill.
And it was awful. Like, there was two dreams, but they kind of led into each other. And the first one was, like, I was living in this weird, like, barracks building with some guy that I didn't really know, and I was, like, preparing to move and everything, getting all anxious about all that. And, like, the building, like, the inside looked like the back rooms, but if they were, like, a bluish, grayish color. And there was, like, minimal lighting, like, one light every, like, 20 feet. One little dingy, like, light. It was just all around creepy. I don't remember too much about that dream, but the next dream, the one I had after that, was the zombie apocalypse. So that was fun. Like, it was creepy. And it was like Call of Duty zombie, like round-based zombies. So, like, they would, like, come in waves, and then it would be normal, and then it'd come in waves, and then everything would be normal for a while. But there's just so many weird things that happened during that dream. My mom died in that dream. There's this, like, grenade you can throw in Call of Duty Zombies, and you like throw it, and it like makes this giant like orb that's purple, and it sucks all the zombies in and it kills them. And somehow there was one of those orbs just like spinning around near where I was with my family, and I was like, oh, it's fine, it's just gonna suck in the zombies. And then my mom was like, it's pulling me. And I was like, oh my God. And so like, you know how like in dreams when you don't have like full dexterity, like you can't like fully like move, like you can't move everything properly, like it feels like you're not,
or like
in
you try to
proper
run
control.
but you like can't run.
Yeah, so like I was like trying to like grab a hold of her arms to hold on to her, and I just couldn't do it. Like I don't know why, I just couldn't do it.
I hate that.
And I was like struggling, and I was like, you're gonna be fine, I've got you. Just you'll be fine. And then she slipped and went into the orb.
Not the orb.
The orb.
I'm so tired.
And then like we were in like this weird like older like run down town inside this building, and like my sister was like freaking out and crying, and I was having to like comfort her and things like that. And so that all happened, and I looked down at my finger, and in my pinky I had two like what looked like giant beetle legs like in them, like stuck in them.
Ew.
And some guy was like, yeah, just pull them out, like you'll be fine, it'll be fine, just pull them out.
That sounds about right.
And so I pulled them out, and the first one ripped out a huge chunk of flesh. And the second one was an even bigger chunk of flesh that got pulled
Ripping
out.
out bug legs and chunk of pinkies.
Yeah, you could see the bone.
That's bad.
And that just continued. And I think that part of the dream came from how I cut myself on a Coke bottle that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
And so, but then there was more. So like the zombies had let up for a little bit, and so we're going to go to my grandma's house. But it wasn't really my grandma's house. It was just a house that in the dream was my grandma's house. So like it was, but it wasn't at the same time. And so we're like in there like trying to shut all the doors real fast to like keep the zombies out and stay safe. And then all of a sudden, my grandpa just walks in the back door with some of his friends, just opens the door and walks in like nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, like as he's walking in, the green gas starts like going everywhere, and the zombies are about to start showing up. And I'm like, "You've got to get inside now! You've got to get inside now!" And there's like zombies. There's like a zombie that started running towards the door as I was trying to close it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I woke up.
It's crazy that people don't dream, and it's like
I'm out here like having existential crises and dying and like
I think
running for my life in my dreams.
I'm like, my dreams are so real that there's a conversation. I'm not sure. Wait, did I have this conversation? Maybe I did. I can't tell if it was in my dream or if I really had a conversation with, I think it was like coworkers about something. And now I'm like, well, I don't want to say it again. They're going to be like, we already had this conversation. But I can't remember if it was a dream or real. I hate when that happens, but they feel so real.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was also going to say on the subject of nightmares.
Yeah, I was going to stay on the subject.
What's really weird is that I cannot remember a good dream. Like, I don't think I've had a good dream in the past 2.5 months. It's either been a nightmare, no dream, or like some sort of like emotionally charged like dream where like throughout the entire dream I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling anxious, or something like that.
So it's not good.
So no, there's just not been any good dreams in the past, I would say 2.5 months, I think.
So this is what I'll say about that. So you kind of already know this, but if people out there don't know, like I had nightmares like this really bad when my anxiety was like really, really bad. And I had really bad nightmares, but I thought that was like normal. Like I was like,
I know it's not normal.
Like I was like, oh, people get nightmares. And it wasn't until I started talking to someone about my nightmares, like a therapist and stuff. And they were like, we need to stop those right now. And I was like, huh? So I'm trying to think if I have nightmares. If I do, it's like very, very, like barely any. But like some of my nightmares, like to this day, I'm like, when I describe them, I'm like, think of like the worst thing you could think of like seeing or hearing. Like it's so fucked up. But it's like, think about family members and something happening to them and you hear their like screams of terror and like you see their like limbs getting chopped off in an accident and you see, and I'm like, it looks so real. Like I'm seeing it, and I'm like, I was telling like people in my family, I'm like, I've heard you scream, like your scariest like scream, which you never want to hear. But I'm like, it's just so terrible that like my mind like thought of those things. Now they're like not so vivid because that was so long ago.
Yeah.
But one thing that I had someone tell me to do, this is before I got on medication and stuff, it actually helped my nightmares, which is kind of crazy. But at night, I feel like we talked about this, and I do it every once in a while, just when I feel like I might have a nightmare. She was like, just think about all the good things from your day right before you go to bed. So I would lay there, and I would be like, I would say it out loud, too, because it helped me. I'd be like, I had a really good cup of coffee this morning. Like, my lunch was really good. I got to come home and watch a really good movie, and like this and that. I just need, like, they're just stupid little things. Like, oh, I had a really nice text message from someone. I talked to my mom on the phone. That was nice. Like, I just, as many as I could think of.
It's just all about, like, changing your...
Getting in the right mindset.
Yeah. And
but I would do as many as I could
yeah.
before bed. I'd be like, Doc was so cute today. Like, just anything I could think of that was just decently, like, to say. Like, I'm like, oh, I really liked my shirt today. So I would just do that, as many as I could think of. And then no nightmare. And I was like, this lady's a genius.
Yeah.
But if I didn't do that, I would have nightmares. But eventually going to therapy and getting work, like, on medication for anxiety and all that, like, stopped my nightmares.
Yeah.
But they were every night, like, just like what you're going through is exactly what I had. It was bad.
It's so much fun.
But it, like, like, you're doing something about it. So
but
that's good.
What's really, like, weird is that is probably the one I had on Thursday night was probably one of the worst nightmares I think I've ever had. There's only one nightmare that I actually remember from, like, a long time ago. And it was after we watched the third Narnia movie. I remember that night I had this awful nightmare, and I remember it to this day, like, what the nightmare was. Of, like, I don't know how to describe what it, like, the shape, because, like, there used to be, like, these, like, little figurines that were, like, flat, and there were people, and they kind of, like, had a circular head, long arms and stuff. Anyway, so I'm in my backyard in this dream, and it's, like, at night. Out of nowhere, this thing comes falling from the sky, lands flat on the ground, stands right up, and starts screaming and wiggling everything and just chasing me. And I remember, I was like, how old was I? Like 10 or 11 maybe? And that terrified me. And I still, like, remember that. I don't know why that one was, it sounds silly, right?
Yeah.
But it was terrifying because it was, like, attacking me and chasing me at night. And, like, it was, like, this thing that was, like, a toy, usually, come to life, giant. And, like, just the suddenness of us just being there, like, hanging out or playing, like, in the backyard, and all of a sudden it falls from the sky, lands, you get 2 seconds to be like, what is that? And then it stands up and starts chasing you.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I just remembered, it was, like, part of my dream, but someone, because at work, like, Sergeant Rob, right? Or, like, just people that kind of know me, there's, like, Rob.
Yeah.
That's what they call me. It was, like, early in the morning. I think it was, I could sleep in, but I didn't sleep in. I think it was more like a snow day where we had late, start. But I just remember just laying there, and all of a sudden I hear, I'm going to not be as close to my mic, but I hear, Rob! And I was like, my eyes shot open, and I was like, but it, like, felt like I heard someone in the room, like, say, Rob. Because I think I was, like, starting to wake up, but not really. And then I woke up. I was like, what the fuck? That was so weird. And I just, like, I was awake for the morning. Like, I could have slept in more, but, like, that just, it, like, woke me up. But I just remember that because that was just really creepy. I've never had anything like that. But it felt like it was right next to me. I could hear it, like, on one side. It was like, Rob! And I was like, huh? Hello? Yeah.
I don't know if this is true, but I feel like whenever I have nightmares, I'm not getting good sleep.
No.
Like, because my brain is still actively running.
You're right.
And it's, like, full of all these, like, what's it called? Like, the fight or flight response. What's that chemical called? Adrenaline. Because, like, your body's filling with adrenaline while you're asleep.
No, yeah.
And
you're
so
not
you
getting
wake
good
up
sleep.
more tired than you were. And so that's, like, been a problem. So, like, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to get nice 8 hours of sleep. I'll be fully refreshed, ready to go in the morning. And then I have a nightmare, and I'm like, I feel so exhausted.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because, like, I mean, I feel like when I was having nightmares, I'm like straining, I'm squeezing, I'm like waking up, but like you're just so uncomfortable. Yeah, you're not getting good sleep having nightmares. And I tried to tell that to someone once. Justin doesn't dream. So I was trying to tell him, I'm like, even if they're not bad dreams, but I'm like, I just lived a whole nother life for 8 hours. Like I had a whole thing going on, and I'm like, it might not seem exhausting, but I'm like, I'm taking in all this. Like I'm waking up, I still remember the whole dream. Yeah. Like I'm not like relaxed. Like I'm like, sometimes I'm at work in my dream and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I gotta work again. I just worked all night. Like that is so not fair, you know? So I'm like trying to explain it to people. So even sometimes I feel like good dreams, you may not be getting like the best sleep, but definitely nightmares. Like, no, I remember waking up, like I would be hot. I would wake up and it felt so real, but it was taking me like almost an hour to calm down in the mornings to tell myself like that wasn't real. Like it was taking a lot of my brain power. So
you know what's
you're
funnier?
definitely not getting good sleep with those.
Something I just realized last time I was here on this couch recording a podcast. We talked about a nightmare I had.
We were talking about your nightmares like almost every episode. I feel like.
I think it was every.
I feel like when we started, no, not every episode. I feel like we were talking about my nightmares, or maybe my dreams.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember. But
We've definitely talked about nightmares a lot.
I remember talking about my nightmare last time about like the cops and everything. And,
oh
like,
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Full circle, baby.
It's wild. Maybe it's just this area. No, it's not, because I have them in Seattle too.
I used to get them bad, like with my little sister, who's 12. Like whenever I would see her and then come home, I would have like nightmares about me trying to like, she gets lost at like a fair and I'm trying to like get to her. But that was always like after seeing her, and after a few weeks they would go away, because it's just like I think my brain's just like, oh, I care for her, miss her. And then in my dreams, it's just, but it's those dreams where I just like can't get to her. But it'd be like, it's sad, but it'd be like dreams of her drowning. Like I see her drowning. I'm like right there and I can't get to it. Ugh, I hate it. But I don't have those. I haven't had one in a long time. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
All right, not to change the subject, but I was also thinking about this because this was something I wanted to bring up when we talked about Twisters, but completely forgot to. I was getting so homesick watching that movie last night, the other night.
Yeah, we had a conversation about homesick.
And like I was watching it, and like there would be like a scene where like they were driving on a road and it's like starting to get dark and you could hear the crickets chirping. And I was like, oh.
I want to go home.
Yeah, that was part of it. And I was like, oh my God. Like I remember nights just like coming home from whatever event we had been at the day. Or like coming home from church and the sun was going down. It was a summer evening, so like it was cooling off as the night went on. It was like finally a nice temperature to be outside. The crickets would be chirping and you could just hear everything. It was just, and I think like I was watching something last night too about like nostalgia and like, oh no, I read something that I wanted to read on the pod that had to do with like nostalgia and like childhood memories and things. I posted.
Wait, should we read the meme that I sent you?
Which meme did you send me?
While you look for that. This is so stupid, but it says, we know me. Knows hors d'oeuvres is pronounced hors d'oeuvres. Also me. Horse divorce. If you read it, it's not funny to say out loud because you have to read it, but it literally is a horse divorce.
This right here. All time ever does is pass, and all I ever do is remember.
Deep. And then it should say, and there's nothing I can do about it.
How do you just get like all these slides on this like little post that I found are like that? How do you just get up and deal with the fact that there's a last time for everything? There was a last time you sat on your dad's shoulders, and there was a last time your mom tucked you into bed. There's going to be a last time you kiss your sister on the head, and there's going to be a last time you hug your best friend. There's going to be a last time you feel exactly as you feel right now, and there's going to be the last time that a person says, I love you.
Yeah, when you die, all that's over.
I want everything back the way it was, but there's no point in it. There's no point to it, this wanting.
So deep.
There are some things that once you've lost, you never get back. Innocence is one, love is another, and I guess childhood is a third.
No, you can be a kid at heart.
Yeah, but like, you'll never have like.
It won't be the same as
like
being a kid, yeah.
And I think like we look back on our memories through rose-colored lenses, and like everything just seems better. Like even like thinking back to like a year ago, I was like, life was just so much better then. And it's so hard to live in the moment and focus on those things that you're focusing on later. Like hindsight's 20/20. And I think that goes the same with like looking back at your childhood and being like, looking at it with those rose-colored glasses.
Yeah. Life was not good a year ago for me. Life's better now than it was a year ago.
Must be nice. This one was like, I like this one. As I leave my childhood home, I want to ask this old house, will you miss me like I'll miss you? Will you wonder how I've changed since I left? Will you keep being my home if I leave my heart behind?
I get that, but the only thing I want to say is like, it's a house. It's not thinking.
Yeah, but
I get what it's trying to say.
It's like, yeah.
But no, it's not thinking about you.
This also like, and I thought about this because like, I do want to move back home. But it says the nostalgia of living in your hometown as an adult can really make you sick. Your childhood doesn't exist anymore, yet you can see it around you all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I feel that when I go back to Tucson.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Because I'm just like, it feels good, but it's also like not
It's like
at the same
bittersweet.
time. Yeah, it's weird. Wow, I'm glad that's like a universal thing.
Oh, this was the one that I was really wanting. Yeah, so this is kind of like what I was talking about, like the rose-colored glasses. What they didn't tell you as a child is that you will spend your whole life trying to replicate the same unconditional happiness you so effortlessly experienced back then, and that it will never quite feel the same, no matter how hard you try.
Oh.
And that broke me. That broke me last
I'm
night.
broken.
I was like, I'm going to bed now.
Oh my God. So what we're needing to do is stop trying to be happy. It's never going to be the same.
It's never going to
like,
be. We might as well just give up at this point. Just like robots, just like walk around.
Because it was just so easy. Like you were just a kid and like things were just happy. Yeah, I feel like you're just not conscious enough though, or care about the big crazy and stressful things. And now that's what is at the forefront of our minds versus like just
I'm going to say the air. I remember the air feeling different. And that's weird to me to think about.
Yeah.
Like almost a warm fuzziness to it all. And I think that's just memory, like nostalgia, like that's part of it. But like,
yeah,
I remember the air being fuller, you know, more like the happiness being in the air.
I remember this weight so heavy on my chest all the time.
I
What is
remember
that
not
about?
being able to breathe.
I don't
just
remember
looking at it,
gasping for air.
I don't remember like trying to make a phone call and suddenly like freaking out and like not being able to breathe. What's that like? But yeah,
my anxiety is like, because your anxiety can be like in different places. Like some people don't really have it like, you know, physical as much as it is mental or whatever. But my anxiety is extremely like physical, and it's like in my chest, like heavily in my chest and like my throat. Because some people, they say, well, a little in my stomach, but it's mostly like right here.
Yeah.
Mine's like so bad.
this one too. You still crave lemonade, but the taste doesn't satisfy you as much as it used to. You still crave summer, but sometimes you mean summer 5 years ago.
That's how I feel about like
And that's
Christmas.
No, that's what I was going to
sometimes.
say. Like Christmas, like every year, I'm
Your
always talking about
expectations, like, up here.
I love Christmas, and I start like getting ready so early, but it's stopped being like a time of wonder and a time of trying to recreate that wonder, and it being sad because I can't. Like I cannot put that feeling that I had as a kid during Christmas time into a bottle and have it back.
But I think one day when you have kids
And that's
and you're gonna do it for them.
yes, and that's what I was kind
it'll
of what I
be
was about to say. I was
back.
gonna say, like that's the beauty of parents, and like how it's them. Like they're the ones who foster that environment for you at Christmas time. They're the ones who make it so special.
Yeah.
With all the things that they do with the lights and like the Christmas parties, the church services, the presents.
Yeah, my parents make it, like, even though my sister's 12 now, so it's all still around her, but when we just went home this last time, like, it's still, like, we still made sugar cookies. We still did, like, just everything. It was actually a really, really good Christmas. But, like, even when I don't go home, I still try to hold on to those things. Like, I still put up my own tree and decorate my own house, and Yeah, I know it'll never be like exactly the same as being a kid, but just the feeling. I don't know. But summer is definitely. I mean, now that you work through summer, like there's no summer break. It's like it's just work but hot.
And like and like it's really sucked for me the past few years because summer has been in the desert, where I've been
Extra summer.
extra hot and like miserable. And like, I mean, yeah, it's hot and miserable back in Arkansas with all the humidity and like feeling the same type of way. But like, I just remember like, let's go outside and like me and my sister, like we would go outside and play and we would make like forts in the bushes and then
We used to do forts in the desert.
yeah and I would put our life at risk by attaching a what's it called, a wagon to the back of my bike, have her riding it, and like it's connected with like parachute cord, and so I would brake and swing her out into the road, and then bring her back, and like I don't know, we would just play so much, and like the imagination and the creativity, like I feel like I've lost that. I don't mean to get deep on this episode.
Oh my god! I'm like, why do I smell Taco Bell right now? How are you? You're like, I lost the creativity. I'm like, I just smell fucking decaying body. How are you talking about this stuff? It's
exiting me right now, like all the darkness is.
Oh, when I was in the PX, I was walking and I was just like farting, but it was like leaking out, like slow. But I know what you mean. Okay, I know what you mean, like the creativity. Like I feel like
the imagination, the creativity. Like where does that go, and like how do we recapture that?
Yeah, where is it, Doc? Sorry, he looked at me.
I feel like there's books written about this.
I used to love doing like.
Sorry, I still smell it.
I used to love doing like art projects and stuff, and now it just seems like such a hassle.
Yeah.
But once I start doing it, I'm like, it feels good. Like to do the old things, like doing my Legos. I really enjoyed that. Or when we decorated the door at work as like Hobbiton or whatever, like in Lord of the Rings, I painted the sign like here on the floor. I like painted it brown and then got the white paint and copied the font of Hobbiton or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. I didn't want to like have to clean it all up. It was like super annoying and he was walking the paint. But like just getting out paint and paintbrush and like doing that. So I feel like sometimes life gets in our way of those creative fun things like that we used to do. But like, because before you had nothing but that's all you were thinking about. And now we have everything to think about, and we have to like specifically set aside time and do those things.
And I would say that's partly also like why I didn't give up, but like why my dreams of being a director have faded, because I had that creativity as a kid, and I had those dreams and these ideas of what I could do.
Big aspirations, like
As
anything's
you get older,
possible.
it's like everything's beating you down, and you're like, I can't. Like, I need something feasible. I need to have a job that like will actually continue to pay me, and I don't have to like struggle for a long time before I finally, get a break. I need a consistent job. Reality
sets in, and you're like, it sounds great to be a director. Like, I want to do that, and I probably can, but the road to get there, it's like, is it worth it? I've got other goals I'm trying to do and live. It's like, ugh.
But then like also like I would write.
Did you fart again?
I would write scripts and like have ideas for like movies and things I wanted to write. It just came so effortlessly to me as a kid.
I'm so tired.
And now like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get deep, and like
every time you fucking fart, you're like, oh my gosh, like, oh, my aspirations. That's about to turn off anyway.
But yeah, so like, and now it's just so hard to be creative and come up with things, and like, I don't know.
Yeah. But you gotta just give. Oh my God, you just gotta like give attention to it. You have to set aside time for it.
But it's just so hard because like
But it's like, how bad do you want it? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like what gauges all of that. It's how bad do you want it. Do you actually want it? And if so, like nothing will stop you from getting it.
Yeah.
We're at an hour. Hear me out.
I was gonna say because like we were talking all deep, and so I was gonna be like, so did you watch the Grammys?
We're like, yeah, it's just about finding priorities in your life. So anyway, the Grammys.
So anyways, the Grammys.
So what if we finish this? Isn't there an episode already going out Monday, right?
Yeah.
So this one's the next week.
Yeah. just want to have more than one like of us in the same spot.
If we record this next weekend, we'll be ahead still.
I won't be here this next weekend.
No, I know, but like virtually. We just
Yeah,
want to
I
watch a
know.
movie right now.
Okay, then let's just finish this and we'll call it.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it should be an extended episode because we were together.
Okay, should we order food?
Not right now.
No, but like, should we?
Yeah, we can later for sure. I still got to do laundry
dog.
too. All right.
How do I tell Grant we're not coming to his house?
me
Believe
your
his
phone.
name. Jamie, look that up.
Jamie, look that up.
Jamie, look that up.
Look that up. So did you watch the Grammys?
I did.
What'd you think?
I'm kind of pissed that Billy didn't win anything.
I mean, I'm not upset about that. I'm just more upset that Beyonce
With
Cowboy Carter.
Nobody's happy.
Have you listened to that album?
No.
It's so bad. It's not even good.
That's all I've heard. I mean, I'm not really online, but like that's all I've heard. Nobody's happy. Like people are just like, ew.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
It's because she's the ringleader of the Hollywood weirdos. Mm-hmm. Have you seen those videos of the conspiracy videos? Mm-hmm. Of like that's why everyone was like,
people
oh,
must
Beyonce
think
deserves
Beyonce.
this.
Yeah.
And like that's why and then like there's another theory that's why Kanye went up there and stole the mic from Taylor Swift because she was so new and didn't know to thank her.
Yep. I think, yeah, that kind of pissed me off. I think my mom was telling me too. She was like all upset that Billy didn't win like anything. But when I think about it, when I watch a lot of interviews of Billy with her new album, she made this album what she wanted it to be. She didn't make it to win.
It's so bad.
How did that win? That's terrible.
She won Best Country Album with that. That's not
I
country
could
music.
have done better.
Like there's only one artist, and he was nominated that isn't a country artist but made a country album that I would have considered okay if he won, that's fine,
Mm-hmm.
and that was Post Malone.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But I seriously think they were
I
better.
would've been
Because
happy.
Chris Stapleton should have won, hands down. And then honestly, I wanted Jacob Collier to win Album of the Year, but they gave it to Beyonce. So
Yeah.
because Jesse Volume 4 was
I don't know
fantastic.
anything about country, so I kind of just like ignored that. But I'm
Yeah.
still not happy that she won.
Also, Kanye showing up at the Grammys with his wife butt ass naked.
That was crazy.
That
But like,
was
I expect
wild.
nothing less.
I mean, yeah.
Like I would like if they showed up normal, I'd be like, what the heck?
What is going on?
Yeah. But the fact that it was this, I'm like, yeah.
And then they just left right after the red carpet, and everyone thought they got kicked out or whatever. And so that's what all the news outlets were running with. And then now Kanye's like going crazy on Twitter with all of his. How do I say this without saying it and getting us flagged?
He's saying the worst things that you could ever say online.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's bad.
bad.
He's like praising Hitler and stuff. Like it's bad. It's
Yeah.
bad. Like I don't think I can support him anymore.
It's hard because like I know you liked him. Like people like him and they want to support him, but it's like what are you doing? Like
he's losing his whole fan base, and I get that he's probably doing it just for publicity and like it's just a stunt. But at the same time, it's like
you can
dude,
do
that's-
other things.
That's the wrong thing to do for a
You could
publicity
do-
stunt.
It's like he doesn't realize like does he realize what he's saying?
Does he realize what he's saying, and does he realize like the influence he still holds, and like the fact that like people are
Yeah.
saying this, and he's losing all of his fan base right now?
Because some of the stuff he's saying, like there's still those issues in the
Yeah.
world today that we've been trying to combat for so long, and he's bringing light to him. I don't know if he thinks he's being funny or whatnot, but like, does he also realize the platform that he has and how many
Yeah.
people he's reaching? It's like, come on.
And like honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like when I wrote Kanye in the show notes, it had nothing to do with those tweets at that point. It just had to do with the fact that he was supporting Diddy in prison and like was like trying to raise awareness, like free my man Diddy. And I was like, that was at the time that I put that in the show notes to talk about him.
You had no idea he was
was
going to go.
Yeah, that was the worst thing. And then these past couple of days, it's just been to the max
Downhill.
of horrible things coming out of his mouth. So for the record, neither of us support Kanye.
No.
I'm not anti-Kanye, but I don't support Kanye.
Is he going to be in the title?
No, probably not. I think the title's going to be, I'm so tired.
No, any more clickbait.
I don't know.
He
Oh, we
puked
talked
on a
about Max
plane?
in this episode. Clickbait.
But I discovered Doechii at the Grammys. I've
I
been
did
waiting
too.
to tell you that, but then we talked about
Yeah.
it. I had no idea who she was. No idea. Never heard. I think I've heard one of her songs or something. I didn't know who she was, but I saw her performing, and I was kind of just like nonchalantly kind of watching, and then I was just like, I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? I'm a huge fan. Like, I'm obsessed with her now. And I always liked Chaperone, but like, I kind of just hear like her one or two like pop, like trendy songs.
Yeah.
But like watching her perform and stuff, a huge fan of her too.
Yeah.
This Grammys like changed me. Like, obviously I still love Billie, and I think she should have won something, but like, I'm still not mad she didn't win, because I'm like, her and Phineas, they were like, we wanted to create an album that we loved, that came from us. Like, not like, if she wanted to, she could have probably wrote music, wrote an album to win everything and swept. Like, they could have easily done that, but they made the album like what they wanted it to be,
Yeah.
you know, because she already swept. Like, she already did that.
Yeah.
And now she's making music like how she wants to. Also, I think Justin Bieber is going to come out with a new album. I don't know. I'm not really online. I'm on YouTube
Yeah.
and YouTube Shorts, kind of. So I'm seeing like, I guess there's something he did, or him and Haley, something controversial. I don't know, because I'm not online. But people are like, they're thinking it was for attention, to get attention about his
A new album coming
potentially
out.
upcoming album. I'm going to freak out.
Okay, so as soon as we're done, I have to run and try to get a haircut. Just look at the time.
Oh.
But also, I was going to say, like, Chaperone is one of those artists that, like, I hate that I like her.
Yeah.
Like, I hate it, but I do like some of her songs. And then Doechii, like, I'd heard of her, and I just thought she was, like, another female rap artist. Mm-hmm. But then she started performing, and it sounded like old school hip hop.
It's
And I was
so
like,
cool. She's
this is
so
actually
good.
pretty good.
She's so good. I can't believe it. Like, how good she sounds. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like it would sound like, oh, this was mixed and, you know, fixed in a studio.
Yeah.
But she sounds like that, like, live.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So I'm glad she won. Like,
Yeah.
I really am. Like, she deserved that. And did you hear her speech when she won? Whatever she won, I don't remember. She was just like, I stopped drinking, I got sober.
Mm-hmm.
She said something about asking God or whatever, and was like, he said, good things will happen if you do this type thing. And then she just fucking won, like, album of the year, whatever, pop album
Yeah.
of the year, whatever she won. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, she quit drinking, whatever, for whatever reason, but I think that just helped her
Focus
focus
lock
in the right,
Yeah.
lock in, yeah, pretty much. And it led her there.
Yep. Well,
Well,
movie time?
are you getting a haircut?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a haircut. You can, like, pick out a movie and food while I'm doing it. I'd say we watch that movie.
I can just tell. You know who that we're not coming, and I feel so bad.
You can figure that out while I'm getting a haircut. All right. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing, liking, and commenting.
You know what time it is. That sounded like it was from. What are they?
I don't know.
Rhett and Link.
Oh, Rhett and Link. The Good Mythical Morning?
Yeah, yeah. The Good Mythical Morning.
No, whatever.
Because they always say, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, whatever. You're like.
All right. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. I'm looking at our analytics. I know that like 90% of the people who watch are not subscribed. So go ahead, subscribe, hit that ring-a-ling-dinging button. So you get
Ring-a-ding-a-ling-a.
notifications when new episodes come out.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub!
Is that how we're ending it? Mr. Booey-Whoa!
Pickle Rick!
Goodbye.
And that's it. Goodbye. Bye!